Have you ever taken an antidepressant medication and noticed a change in your personality? While antidepressants are supposed to help people feel better, there's growing concern that they may also alter who you are as a person. Well, in this video, we'll explore the complex relationship between antidepressants and personality, and finally answer the question, do antidepressants really change your personality? In 2009, the Archives of General Psychiatry released a study examining personality changes during depression treatment. This study included 240 patients with major depression who were randomized to receive either paroxetine, cognitive therapy, or placebo. The paroxetine dose ranged from 10 to 50 milligrams per day, while therapy was administered once or twice weekly for 50 minutes per session for 8 weeks, followed by once weekly for 4 weeks. Now, how did researchers separate out depression improvements from personality changes? Depression symptoms were evaluated using the Hamilton Depression Rating Scale, or the HAM-D. The HAM-D consists of 17 items, each of which is scored on a scale of 0 to 2, and the items cover a range of symptoms including mood, guilt, suicidal ideation, insomnia, agitation, anxiety, and somatic symptoms such as appetite and weight loss. A total score on the HAM-D ranges from 0 to 52, with higher scores indicating greater severity of depression. Then, personality changes were measured using the Neo-5 factor inventory. Specifically, this study looked at both neuroticism and extroversion, both of which are closely related to depression. Neuroticism is a personality trait characterized by a tendency to experience negative emotions and emotional instability. People who score high on neuroticism tend to be anxious, moody, and easily stressed. They may also be prone to feelings of guilt, self-doubt, and insecurity, okay? Extroversion, on the other hand, is a personality trait characterized by a tendency to seek out social interactions and experience positive emotions. People who score high on extroversion tend to be outgoing, talkative, and energetic. They may also be as assertive and have a high need for excitement and stimulation. Individuals with high levels of extroversion may be more likely to engage in social activities, seek out new experiences, and take risks. They may also be more likely to have large social networks and to feel energized by being around others. So when looking at the 3 treatment groups, it's important to note that they did not differ significantly on neuroticism or extroversion scores at baseline. Now, how was personality affected after patients were treated for depression? Researchers found that after 8 weeks of treatment, patients assigned both to medications and therapy had greater improvements in depression scores than patients assigned to placebo. But here's the kicker, okay? Placebo actually produced 75% as much improvement in the depression scores than the active treatments. Yeah, you heard that right. Placebo is a fairly effective antidepressant. So why bother with the meds and therapy at all then? Well, it turns out that active treatment, so the medication and the therapy groups, not only improved in depression scores, but they also had improvements in personality, whereas placebo only helped the depression and didn't lead to any personality changes. Patients doing therapy reported substantial changes on neuroticism and extroversion, but after accounting for depression improvement, the 2 groups' differences on neuroticism were no longer significant. For extroversion they were though, but that's not all. Patients on paroxetine reported changes in neuroticism and extroversion that were 4 to 8 times as large as changes reported by placebo patients. And even after controlling for depression improvement, paroxetine still outperformed placebo in changing both neuroticism and extroversion. Now here's the really exciting part. Among responders to paroxetine, those who had the most changes in neuroticism scores during treatment were also those who were the least likely to relapse. Then, on top of all of this, researchers tried to further prove that depression and personality were separate and distinct factors. For each placebo patient, they went out and found a matching paroxetine patient who had a similar level of depression improvement. They were able to identify a match for 44 of the 52 patients who received placebo. When they compared these 2 groups, the paroxetine group showed 3.5 times as much improvement on neuroticism scores than placebo, and 6.8 times as much improvement in extroversion scores. These findings suggest that depression and personality are truly independent, and that antidepressants have the power to not only alleviate depression, but also enhance personality traits. Now, make sure to hit that subscribe button and click that next video to learn more.